what you are watching right in front of you is a convergence of light. Converge means bringing all those light together at one particular point. Now look at these rays. All the rays which are coming from far away are generally light rays which are parallel to each other. They are parallel to each other. And when they strike on this concave surface, concave mirror reflects all the light rays back, but the way how it reflects is it converges. And now what comes next is how to draw this ray diagram. When I check the papers of these ray diagrams, in case if it was asked in the previous examinations of other students, I find many of the small errors which they commit, which should not be. So let me tell you what all those small errors, right? So what we require now, you just listen now, you need not draw. I'll be giving you a writing work which you have to submit in your classwork classroom app. Okay, not to send to me directly by mail. Okay, what we require is we require a scale and all other materials which are there in the compass, right? Again, let me tell you that make use of the lines which are already there on your notebook. So don't draw a line which is, in between those lines which are already there in the notebook. So that's the first thing. So if I draw the line here, then I have to place one concave mirror. I have to place a concave mirror. And you all know that concave mirror is the mirror which is curved inward. So how to do that? Generally, we just take a pencil and try to draw it. But it is better if it is, when you are doing it in the exam, you take a protractor. The protractor you have to keep and then keep it this way. Is it so? No, this is not the right. We have to just bring it up. And then you have to draw it. Right? Now, sometimes when you draw these things, we forget to show this as a mirror. Okay, many of the time it happens. So how do you show this as a mirror? You have to show a reflecting surface and a non-reflecting surface. And which side is the reflecting surface of a concave mirror? We know that this is a concave mirror. It is curved inward. Now we have to show a reflecting surface on this side. And this is what we forget. And therefore, two participants are waiting. Let me make them in. And therefore, not to forget shading of this concave mirror on other side, right? So let us assume that we have done it. Next, we have to draw light rays which are parallel to each other. And it is therefore to remind you that only those light rays which are parallel to each other. And how will you draw? By using a scale. Again, you have to make use of the line which is already there on the notebook. So draw this along the line which is there in the notebook. So what happens? You know that you have already seen in the experiment, right? Please refer the previous video. It converges. And why it converges? it exactly follows laws of reflection. And what is loss of reflection? Angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. So if you consider this as a plane mirror, and if you keep a protractor here, its perpendicular will come somewhere like this. So angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection, and therefore it bends on the other side, right? Again, you need not do that and draw, right? What you have to do is you have to fix one point before you do all these things. And what is that point? That is the point here. It can be somewhere here, anywhere, right? You have to fix that point and remember that all those light rays which will reflect back pass through this point. So it will pass through this point. In case if you take one more light ray from bottom, same thing happens. The light ray strikes here on the surface of the concave mirror and it reflects back. And when it reflects back, again it will pass through the same point. If you keep your scale like this, it's a wrong. You have to allow it to pass through the same point. And where those points meet, they meet on this line, which is called principal axis. See, we know x-axis and y-axis. No, this is called principal axis. Look at the spelling, not principal. Okay, principal axis. And the point where it is met is called principal focus. So it is generally denoted as F. So this is called principal focus. It's actually a focus. And why it is called principal focus? Because it is right on a principal axis. And after that, the center of this mirror is called pole. Pole of the mirror. And why it is called pole? Generally, where we make a pole, if there is a sphere, right? And then these 2 points are generally treated as poles. Okay, and as I have told you that spherical mirrors are to be considered as a part of a sphere, and therefore this particular point is referred as pole, and its symbol which we take it as P. Right? So now you have understood in this diagram what is the principal axis and what is the principal focus, then the pole. Right? In this video, we shall study the process of convergence in convex lens and divergence in concave lens, and how to draw the diagrams of both convergence as well as divergence. Now, what is convex lens? Convex lens, the one which is bulged outward, right? So this is what the convex lens is. Now, in the convex lens also, when the light is sent parallel to each other, here as shown in the figure, it meets. Now, can you recall the comparison between a convex lens and the previous prism arrangement? You can see here it converges exactly like how it has happened. It is because a convex lens is just like how we have arranged a prism in this manner. In fact, the prisms have a plane surfaces, whereas a convex lens has a curved surface. And what exactly happens in the prism will happen in the convex lens. So the light ray which are parallel will converge at a point. I just want to bring to your notice a very important observation here, which will help you in your exam. When the light rays parallel to each other here and parallel to a principal axis, which I'll tell you later, they converge. Now look at this diagram. The light ray, instead of going straight here, it bends exactly like how it has happened in the prism. It bends, and again it has bent here, because from here air to glass and then from glass to air, twice it is bending, right? But generally, if you refer some of the textbooks, or if you have to draw the same diagram on your paper, you may have to draw a light ray bending only once. Actually, it doesn't happen. Look at the previous diagram. This is what actually happens. Air to glass, it bends once, and from glass to air again it bends. But it is understood, and that is why it is allowed to draw this way. So you can make an entire lens into two parts, draw a line here, right, and take your light rays till the center of this and then directly converge. And this is what you need to draw in the examination. You need not refer refraction within the convex lens as well as outside again. Okay. Now if you can draw a line in the center, that is what is called principal axis. Now please recall principal axis of spherical mirrors. And the point where the light rays which are parallel to each other meet after refraction is called principal focus. Right? So we have a principal focus for convex lens and real principal focus of convex lens. Now, the diagram which you have seen, you're watching on your screen, is the answer for convergence of light in convex lens. Now in this case you have seen light rays, these are the two light rays which are parallel to the principal axis. They gets converged and they meet here, and this is the point which is called principal focus of convex lens. So if you send light rays from this end, they meet here on the other side of the convex lens. Please remember this point. Since convex lens is a transparent medium, you can either send a light rays parallel to the principal axis from this side, even on the other side. Alright? If you send light rays from this end, principal focus will be on the other side. Or if you send light rays from other end, the principal focus will be opposite to that. So convex lens will have principal focus on either side. Please remember this. Whereas mirrors will have a single principal focus. This point to be noted. Please practice these diagrams. I hope you have understood why convex lens converges. For this, now we are talking about divergence. Look at this. The lights are moving away, light rays are moving away, right? So it's a divergence of light rays. Now how to draw this? As usual, we require a ruled paper because we are going to repeat this on the same type of paper in the exam, so it is better to practice. And then you should keep aside now a scale as well as a protractor. These are the things which are required. I am sure that you will be following this video right from here onwards and draw simultaneously all the steps which are shown on the screen, and that will help you to practice. So what you have to do is use a line of those ruled paper already which is there, and make use of scale and draw a single line. It's not a light ray, so there is no arrow mark for it, right? And then use your scale once again vertically. Somewhere bring that scale into a center, not exactly, approximately, and then draw a straight line vertically. Okay? And here you have to use a protractor. I'm using protractor because I have to draw the curve of concave lens. We are drawing concave lens here. So let me draw a curvature of the concave lens. Now you can use compass also and draw this. If you are good in drawing, then you can draw by hand also. So I am showing you here that how we can use protractor. So one side curvature is drawn, and second side also a curvature is to be drawn. Let me draw it properly. Now use your scale again and complete the diagram as shown on the screen. Right? So this is the first step to draw concave lens. The portion of the concave lens above the line and below the line should appear same. Now what is left is to take incident rays. Let me take one incident ray here, and at the top one more incident ray by using the scale. Right? Now how will this light ray go? Let us talk about prism again. You all have seen how the light ray moves in the prism, right? Now if you keep another prism just on the top of it, upside down, you get this structure, right? And how is this structure resembles? It resembles exactly like a concave lens. Now look at the curvature here which is formed. So if you can arrange a prism in this way, it is almost like you have made a concave lens. Okay? The curvature is not uniform, only that is the difference. And now you recall how the light ray moved in the prism. If you take a light ray there, you have already done this diagram. Please refer the previous video, or if you can take one more light ray here at bottom, they go away. And that is what the divergence. Now let us make sure that how the divergence is possible in this arrangement practically. If you replace a concave lens in place of prism, you will get the same phenomena, that is divergence of light. Light moves away. So back to the diagram. These incident rays, you can see here, these incident rays, now we know how will they move. They will diverge. They move away, right? So you can draw this diagram, right? But remember that here, in this case, refraction takes place here just before entering into a prism, and then next while going out of the prism, twice. So look at this and please note this. When we actually draw the diagram, we need not show these refraction within the concave lens twice. So what should we do? So this particular light ray I am going to remove, and now I am replacing this light ray. Earlier it was still here, now it is going till here. Actually it doesn't happen, but when you draw this in the exam, it is understood that you know the actual phenomena here, a bending light ray, bending of light ray in the glass medium, right? So the next also here, what I am doing is, I am considering these two light rays till the center, and that is why you can draw a line at the center here. And now next step is very important. You have to take a scale and make a single point at some distance, maybe 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter here. This is very important step, right? Why? Because our next step is to draw the refracted ray, and we know refracted ray are moving away from each other here. But in what direction? For that we need to take a reference here. So fix one point here, some distance, either 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, depends on your diagram, and then keep your scale exactly in such a way that one of the edge of the scale should pass through this point, and also the another edge should pass through the point where the light ray is incidented here. Okay, so I am asking you to take this light ray till the center and then draw the refracted ray, right? In the same way, here you have to keep in such a way that the edge of the scale passes through this point, and you have to draw the refracted ray. This is what divergence is. But why did we do that? What is this point called? Well, when we extend this backward, okay, and whenever you extend the light rays backward, they are not the real rays, it's the direction, okay, that's why it is in dotted lines, right? In the same way, the earlier, the first one is, you have to keep it here, extend it backward. So they appear to meet. Let me tell you, they appear to meet. And that point is called principal focus of concave lens. Okay, and this particular line is called principal axis. Right now, it is very easy to define principal focus of concave lens. How will you define? Light rays which are parallel to the principal axis diverge in concave lens. When they are extended back, they appear to meet at a point on principal axis, which is called principal focus. Right? Now, we have taken this side as a point. Suppose if you take a light ray from this end, then they meet at this point. So this concave lens will have two principal focuses on either side. Point to be noted, right? Here,
now right in front of you is a mirror placed. I am just taking right on the top of that mirror, you can see the curvature. And we have arranged three light rays from the source of light in such a way that they are parallel to each other and they go and fall onto the surface of the mirror. I am not telling what mirror is it. Now question is, you should tell what is the mirror. Is it concave mirror or convex mirror? Right? Just by looking at the reflected light rays. You can see reflected light rays are a bit dim compared to the incident rays, and they are moving away, right? I am sure that you will tell me that the mirror which is used here is a convex mirror, because convex mirror diverges the light rays. This phenomena is called divergence. They move away. You can see these light rays are moving away. But now I am bringing the camera and make you to see inside the mirror now. Look at inside the mirror, and inside the mirror they appear as if they are converging, isn't it? Well, now if these are the light rays reflected from the plane mirror, right? Because they have incidented again at right angles to the plane of the mirror. Consider this is the plane of the mirror. Now, as I have already told you, if you make this plane mirror into a convex mirror, and what is convex mirror? Convex mirror is the one which is bulged upward. And see what happens to these light rays. Are they not moving away? And that is what is divergence. Understood? It's all because of the curvature here. Right? Now, how will you draw this diagram? That is what we have to do in this tutorial.
Let us take a ruled paper. And why ruled paper? We need to practice on ruled paper because we are again going to draw it in the exam on ruled paper like this. And important thing is, I want you to now pause this video and keep your compass box, particularly a scale as well as a protractor with you, right? It appears to be very simple when you watch the entire video without actually drawing it, but when it comes to exam, it will be very difficult to draw it again. So the first thing what you have to do here is make use of the lines which are already there on the ruled paper, right? And keep a scale there. I have selected one line which is here, and I have taken a scale here because I just want to trace that line and draw the straight line there, right? The next thing is keep a protector, but this is not the way how I have to keep the protector, because I am going to draw now a convex mirror, and convex mirror I can draw even by keeping like this, but then I have to keep properly, right? And then draw a curve. Now, did you understand why did I use a protractor to draw divergence of light here? To draw the convex mirror, right? Well, then you have to show that it's a mirror, so you have to shade it on one side. That indicates it's a rough side. It doesn't give any image on that side. It's a back side of the image, whereas this is the front side of the image. And every mirror will have a center point here. It's called pole of the mirror here, right? So this is pole of the mirror. So when you are working on your notebook now, pause this video, draw this, and then go to the next step. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll write pole here. Okay, and then this axis which you have seen right in front of you, this is the axis called principal axis. Recall the previous video of principal axis of concave mirror, right? So I'll write principal axis here. Now let me take two light rays parallel to the principal axis, one above here, another is here. So again I am using these lines, right? So let me keep this scale back and draw the light ray, and at the bottom also let me keep the scale right on that line which is already there on the ruled paper and draw a straight line. So these two are the incident rays, and you have seen already during the start of this video how will they reflect, right? You can refer, go back and see how will they reflect, they diverge. But to draw a rays which are diverged, I have taken a reference point here. Look at this reference point, right? So why that reference point is because I am going to keep this scale here right on that reference point, one end here, and the second edge, the same scale should move along with this point of incident and the reference point, and now I am ready to draw the reflected ray, and reflected ray will go back here and in this direction. Okay, so reflected ray is done. In the same way, keeping this as a reference point, down below we have to draw reflected ray. Now you can see this convex mirror, right? Convex mirror, and these are the rays which have diverged after reflection from the convex mirror, right? Now, diagram is not yet over. When these reflected light rays are brought back, suppose if you can bring back these reflected light rays, will they not pass through this point? Surely, and that we have to do it. But reflected light rays cannot be brought back because it's an opaque body here. So the direction I can show, I am keeping again back this and show that with the help of a dotted line. That means it is just a direction here. Okay. In the same way, I am keeping this way here the scale right on these 2 points and draw this here. So I can tell you now that when they are extended back, they appear to meet on a point on the principal axis, and that is the point which is called principal focus, right? Please recall principal focus of concave mirror. It's bit different, and we will take up both together in the next video. So you will have a correct difference of that and a practice of drawing. But the question sometimes comes, define principal focus of the convex mirror. Okay, make it mirror here. This is mirror, not lens. If at all I have used the word lens, you have to correct it as a mirror, right? So let me correct it this also here in the video editing. Okay, now how will you define principal focus of convex mirror, right? Simple. Light rays which are parallel to the principal axis, these are the light rays which are parallel to the principal axis, gets diverged, these are diverged rays, after reflected from convex mirror, right? And when these diverged rays are extended backward, they appear to meet at a point on the principal axis, and this point is called principal focus of convex mirror. This is very important diagram. Both the diagrams are very important diagrams, and these are the basics of the spherical mirrors. Though it is not there in your syllabus of class 8th light chapter, I am requesting you to consider this, and we shall have a diagram for the exams, because this will help you in future classes, right? See you with another video about spherical mirrors, which combines again a ray diagram of convex and concave mirrors together. Till then, thank you very much.